Salute, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Renee Box Young, live, flash live. You know how we do it, man. Chill to the beat for a second. Yeah, chill to the beat for a second. Hey, what's going on? Hey. I see you, Wayman Davis. What's going on, man? Heck yeah, man. We're doing a flash live up in here, man. Definitely, man. Everybody who's been tuning in, you know what I'm saying? You know, those who have been supporting Chen Smoke, I see you, man. Wayman Davis, family, man. I appreciate each and every one. Nuke Juice is up and hey. Hey, you guys are awesome, man. I'm telling you, man. You know, it's Friday, June 11th. You know, the year is going by, and I hope everyone's doing safe. Can you believe it, man, that they're just talking about China just discovered in bats, you know, like a variety of more coronaviruses in bats, whatever, man. You know, we keep our faith, keep your faith, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Kings and queens. I appreciate each and every one of you, those who have been tuning into Flash Lives. You know what I'm saying? Staying safe, staying healthy. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of you and yours. You know what I'm saying? Fighting in life, you know, as fighters, because we're all fighters in life. You know, keep striving, keep pushing. You know, subscribers since day one, recent subscribers. Renee Box Young is simply a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing. If there are new viewers, if there are new listeners that will tune in, you know, in the playback or that will jump in, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I do premieres. I just pushed a premiere yesterday, you know, and when I do these flash lives, I just go out of nowhere, find windows of time. You know how we do it, man. We're going to chop it up. We're going to chop it up, man. Hey, I thank you guys so much for jumping in, man. So, yeah, man. Hey, what's going on, LeVar Cooper? With my guy right here, my sidekick. How you doing, bro?
Renee, what's going on, big bro? I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good, man. Good. We're starting to get a little rain down here. It's obviously kind of hot, summertime. You know, it gets kind of sticky with the rain, but it's getting nice, though. It's getting fresh in the evenings. I'm just loving it. You know what I'm saying? How's the weather over there?
Honestly, man, it's been raining here, man. It's hot and humid with some rain. I mean, not too bad, but it's hot, bro. I'm trying to stay cool.
So, like, if you take a walk outside, you start sweating up?
Yeah, man. It's today it was 87, but earlier in the week, you know, we got up in the upper 90s.
What are the highs? What are the highs over there, like in the summertime? What's the highs?
So here in Virginia, man, that the highest that it can get really is like 98. 97.
That's not bad, but I think when you mix it in with the humidity, that's what makes it worse, right?
Yeah, it does. And trust me, I've been, you know, when I was back on active duty, I've been stationed in places where it was like even hotter, like especially over there in California, man. When they have that hot, dry heat, man, it's crazy.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha. So yeah, I'm sure that sticky weather, you know, it gets kind of. What's the percentage of humidity over there?
I don't know. I gotta go on my app. I have the weather app on my phone.
Nah, no big deal, man. Yeah, because you know that humid heat, man, that's hard, man. That sucks, you know. And well, you know, it is what it is. But drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, that's the most important thing right there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. You got to stay hydrated, man, because if not, man, it's going to be rough. I'm telling you, it's hot outside, man. One time, my truck, man, it read like 115 degrees, man. But, you know, of course, that's, you know, with my windows up and stuff like that. But, man, it can get hot.
Wow. Right on. So everything good. That's a good thing, man. It's good to hear you, man, once again. And there's lots of things to talk about, man. We're definitely going to chop it. G5. Hey. Oh, G5 saying it's hot. It's hot down there in Dallas. Oh my gosh, I can't
G5.
imagine that.
Bro, Renee, have you seen G5's Mustang, man?
Oh yeah, man. The yellow, black. Yeah, I love it, man. The black rims.
Yeah, I do too, man.
Really sweet ride right there.
Oh, absolutely, man. He did his thing with that, man. Hey, G5, salute to you, brother. Hopefully, you know, we can hear from you soon, man.
Yeah, definitely. As a matter of fact, I'll shoot you something, G5, if you want, man. I'll shoot you something in a moment, okay? So, yeah, if you want to jump in, bro, we're there, man. We're there. So, obviously, just keeping it clean. Y'all know what it is, man. G5 always keeps it clean, so that's good, man. So, yeah, just subscribe to G5. If anybody's not subscribed to G5, he has some content that he's pushing to on his channel. Chen Smoke says here, you know, concerning the weather, it's hot and humid in the 210. Wow. Where's the 210, bro? Where's that located? Do you know where that is, LeVar?
Nah, I don't. But I'm gonna
What's that
find out
area
right
code?
now.
Where is that, Chin Smoke? Is that Midwest or something like that? Yeah, go ahead.
It might be.
Yeah, 210, huh? I never heard of that one. Hey, Bruce Goes, what's going on, man? I got you, Bruce. Also, if you want, man, if you want to jump in, I'll shoot you some. So yeah, man. So LeVar, like I said, man, lots of stuff to talk about. You know, we just got some news today, man. It's just shooting out there now. You know, people. San Antonio, Texas.
Gotcha.
Whoa, close to G5, huh? But Dallas is a big state, though, man. That's a humongous state.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Texas.
I have a friend that lives in San Antonio, Texas, man, and he loves it, bro. Loves it. And they take care of their veterans too. The state of Texas definitely takes care of their veterans.
Matter of fact, check this out, man, LeVar. Interesting we're talking about this. Just to warm up the mic, we're going to get to the box talk right now in a moment, but this correlates. Somebody I interviewed recently, you know, Mighty Mouse, he's the founder of UFL, you know, Underground Fight League, you know, organizes boxing and MMA matches out in the streets, you know, and he pushes the guns down, gloves up, you know, all positivity. I love it. And he said the other day, man, that check this out, man. Check this out. He said the other day that he was training with somebody who spars with Spence. I forgot his name, dude. Somebody who trains or spars with Errol Spence. Mighty Mouse was training with him, and he said, you know what he said? He said, those guys in Texas, Spence's team, they're another breed, man. Those guys are another breed. I mean, oh my gosh, dude.
Hey, I believe it, man.
I don't know what it is with Texas. I don't know what it is, but I don't. You know, I think LeVar thing here is that I don't think it's necessarily like just a geographical location. You know, there has to be more to it, like, you know, genetics, you know, family, you know, genes that make fighters, you know, some, in this case, Spence, Charlos, or is it the geographical location that just makes them an amazing breed for fighting, man?
Well, if you think about it, man, when you talk about football, man, it's the state of Texas. So the state of Texas, man, they breed athletes, man. Just think about the movie Friday Night Lights. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of good players that come out of the state of Texas. And Renee, I don't know if you know, but majority of the Marines in the Marine Corps come from the state of Texas.
Really? I had no idea. You see, that's why I wanted to ask you about this, because I thought it was just maybe I thought it was just maybe a coincidence, or I don't think it's necessarily the geographical location, but it sounds like there may be something to it. It may be a mix of just the culture, because you know, we got to understand, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to cultures, there are general cultures. For example, in countries, there are general cultures. And that's where stereotypes come from, you know, stereotypes, in people interpreting a nation, stereotyping a nation and its people. However, in countries, there are subcultures, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that's what it is, LeVar Cooper. I think Texas has a subculture, and it just breeds amazing athletes, man.
Oh, absolutely. I agree, man. It's like what I said, man. I've had friends back in my school days that actually, you know, left the state of Virginia to go play football in the state of Texas, man, because, you know, that's where football is born and bred, man, is the state of Texas, man. The athletes there are phenomenal.
You know, I had no idea. Wow. And like what you said, the Marine Corps is full of Texans.
Yes. Majority of the Marines in the Marine Corps are from Texas. Texas is the biggest state in America, man. So it runs deep, man.
Wow, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Hey, D Hodges, I see you, fam. Thanks so much for jumping in, bro. What's good, D Hodges? How you doing, bro? I hope you're doing great. I hope you guys are all doing great.
Salute, D Hodges.
Matter of fact, G5 says here, in Texas, mental fortitude, ambition, grit. Oh my gosh, are in our DNA. Wow.
Facts. And Renee, that's not to knock the other, you know, I'm not knocking the other states, or, you know, I'm not trying to downplay the other states. I just want to make that clear. But I'm just going off of what I've seen, what I've witnessed, and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, of course. No. And I'm going off of what I heard. You know what I'm saying? That's me too. I mean, directly. And this guy, I know things are said about him, whatever. I don't care about that stuff. But like, I appreciate, that's why I had him on my platform, bro. I interviewed Mighty Mouse, and that dude is a no nonsense guy. He's a straight up fighter. He fights, man. It's in his blood to fight. He's a freaking man. And he's using it positively, that movement. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm going off of what he said. He said that, I repeat, man, that he trained or sparred or something. He was training with a guy who spars or trains with Errol Spence. And he said this, man. He said, those mother bleeper, he's kind of, the language, but he's all, those mother jives are another breed. He's all, those guys are another breed, man. I'm like, gosh, that says so much. When I heard that, I was like, oh my, wow. Wow. Briscoe says here, Texas was having night games since the 70s. Okay.
Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce, man. Our guys in the building, man. Definitely. So, we got G5 here saying, with our climate in Texas, it's hard to work out and train with the heat, humidity. If you can handle the Texas weather, I think that's a lot. You see, that's what I think. That's one of the things there. That's one of the elements that helps an athlete improve and grow up in Texas and improve in their athletic abilities. So he says here, if you can handle the Texas weather and excel, you will be top notch anywhere. So yeah, I think that's what it is, LeVar. The climate, you know what I'm saying? The humidity, the heat. If you can train in that environment, you can make it anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I agree, man. 100%. 100%.
No wonder Spence is Spence. You know what I'm saying? No wonder the Charlos are the Charlos when it comes to fights, fighting and conditioning and things of that nature. I mean, wow. Awesome stuff right there, man. So all right, bro. Let's get it. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. We got family jumping in the building. Thank you guys so much. Chen Smoke continues to say here about the weather. We get 90 degrees. Oh my gosh, dude. I don't even want to think about that, dude. That's just thinking about it makes me sweat, dude. Just thinking about, and imagine if your house doesn't have air conditioning, bro. Oh my gosh,
man.
I'm assuming there are houses out there on the West Coast that don't have air conditioning, right? I'm assuming.
I actually went through that, man. When this was back in 2006 when I moved to Cali. Of course, I was living in base housing, and at the time they didn't have AC units in the houses. So now my ex-wife, we used to have to get fans and put the fans in the window to get like cool air circulating through the house. And then a couple months later, that's when they decided to go ahead and install AC units in the houses, man. So it was a big relief, man. Big relief.
Wow. So you had to improvise and use creativity. Yeah, getting the fresh air from outside from the cool night, right? And blow it inside the windows.
Yep. I
had to, man. Wow, that's crazy, man. So we got here G5 saying, also the competition level is crazy. Everybody can do a little bit of everything. Wow.
That's facts. That's
awesome, man. That's awesome. Hey, we got here Chain with Ice. What's going on, Chain with Ice? What's good, family? What's good, bro? Thanks so much for jumping in here. We got G5 continuing to say concerning the weather. It's 91 in Dallas, but the humidity has the real feel out. You see, that's what I'm saying. You see, LeVar, when you mix in when there's humidity in the mix, it's just horrible, dude. Man, 102. Oh, it feels like that. That's just insanity. I couldn't handle that, man. Wow. Wow, man. Wow. Okay, so let's get it, bro. Let's talk about it. Let's chop up some stuff that's going on. First, let's talk about this because I put it in the thumbnail for a reason. I talked about it the other day, man. A lot of people are talking about it now, blah, 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 right? Like I said, LeVar, when a piece of info comes out when it comes to sport of boxing, it spreads like wildfire because we're in a digital era. You know what I'm saying, LeVar? And not just that, not just boxing, but anything in the world, anything that a little person somebody mumbles something, that's out in the airwaves. It's just spreading like wildfire. So everybody's talking about it. Top Rank, okay, I pushed I think I talked about it in my last live earlier this week. Top Rank signs a contract with Sky Sports, okay? 4-year deal where Top Rank events are aired in the UK too, along with Top Rank airing on ESPN and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, it serves for a great opportunity. And one of the debut airings or the debut airing of events will be, the first one will be with Shakur Stevenson tomorrow night. And that's great for Shakur Stevenson because he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson is a hungry beast, hungry lion, hungry young champ that wants to show up and show out and show the world that he's the next one. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it. But this is a great opportunity for Shakur Stevenson for tomorrow. He's going to fight this Nakatali guy, however you pronounce that name, with all due respect. It's a great opportunity. Now, 4-year deal. Now, this is the thing here. You mix it in with this, LeVar. You mix it in with this. News is coming out too. No, in a moment, LeVar. Yeah, in a moment. News is coming out too that Bob Arum comes out saying now. He just said it. He just said it recently. I don't know when the heck it was, but it's coming out in the media just as of moments ago. That Bob Arum is saying that Bud Crawford is going to fight early October. Now, we know that October is the month that Bud Crawford's contract expires with Top Rank. Now, I have my 2 cents I want to talk about concerning this, but LeVar, what do you think about all this?
Honestly, bro, I mean, I agree with Bruce. What Bruce just said in the chat, that is big in the UK. When it comes to Bud, man, and all this stuff, I mean, it's unpredictable of what he wants to do. I mean, honestly, I think that by him doing that, I don't know if it's gonna still have him fight the biggest names that are out there. I don't know if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. It could be a good thing, but where is it gonna lead Crawford? That's where I'm kind of sort of confused.
It's probably going to lead him to the UK.
I mean, what the sign with MTK, or to do something with MTK?
Well, I even heard that he was gonna. Didn't he sign the MTK? Something like that. I heard something along those lines, or rumored. So you know what, man? Hey, Grindhard, what's going on, fam? Thanks for jumping. Hey, Pigeon Mike Tyson, I see you, man. I see you, Pigeon Mike. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for jumping in the build. Remember, get the likes up. You know, LeVar, this is what I see happening. This is what I see. Kind of, it's gearing towards, or it's maneuvering towards, or however you want to call it. It's directing towards. Bud's probably gonna stick to Top Rank, man, whether we like it or not. Why? Josh Taylor's there. Didn't he express recently about fighting? You know what I'm saying? Didn't Josh Taylor talk about recently going up to 147 and fighting Bud? And didn't Bud recently talk about he wants to go down to 140? Something's gonna happen there, man. Something's gonna happen there. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? And now with the whole Sky Sports deal, this is just going to add to it. You know what I'm saying? Bruce goes. What's going on, OG?
What's happening, Renee? LeVar, my brother. Hey, man. Good to see the both of you. Good to get up here with the both of you guys, man.
Absolutely, man. I'm glad. Hey, man. I'm glad you're on, man. And you know, hey, you the OG, Bruce. We love listening to what you have to say, man. You be dropping gems on us, man. So, hey, man, thanks for coming on board, bro. Like always, it's
my pleasure, man. My pleasure. You know, anything I can do here, but you know, this immersion with Sky and ESPN is huge in the UK to serious boxing fans, man. They're looking at that like we saw the invasion of ESPN back in the early cable days. I mean, that they were anticipating that. The last time I talked to a few of the guys over there, because man, you know, like Renee, we were talking about how boxing is such a worldwide sport. And
yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. And this fits hand in hand with that, man. UK is accepting this, man. This is such a boost to their boxing, which, you know, and it all trickles down, man. The more popular it gets worldwide, the more it gets in the United States. That's the way it is, and you know, this is a good maneuver, what we just talked about.
For boxing, it's great. For boxing, it's great. Now, let's go ahead and salute G5. Hey. What's going on, fam?
Renee, the boy, Bruce, my brother,
Salute my brother G5.
G5, salute, man. Hey, I need the keys to that Mustang, bro.
Man, I'm still doing some more work on it. No cap, man. I'm doing more work on it. You know, it's just, man, it's hot, y'all. Oh my God, I don't even want to go in the garage.
It's a sweet ride, man.
Yeah, it's hot. Like, I can't even show y'all my car without letting the garage up. That's how hot it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to show y'all the car, I gotta let the garage up so I can let some air flow in and flow out. Like, it's hot as hell. It's real hot, y'all.
Right.
We just not scratching the surface of the heat because we've been getting rain so often that, like, man, in June, you know, so we really kind of like, it's gonna have a blaze in summer, y'all. It's gonna be hot, real hot.
Wow. You know, stay hydrated, man. Stay hydrated.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Right on. So
we doing a little work.
Oh,
Show y'all what's going on. It's still
look
open.
at that.
Like all this stuff's open. I cleaned all this stuff out. You know, got my my head's covered up. I don't want nothing fall off in there. But batteries, alternators, all this stuff new, man. I'm just waiting on it to go to the my mechanic to let me know so I can go drop it off and put some new head gaskets on and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, we good. Like I upgraded fuel injectors, 60-pound fuel injectors, like all that stuff. Like this new, all these new wiring harnesses, all this stuff. Everything under here just about new, you know. So just I needed something to do.
Beautiful
I had
work.
extra time being off work a little bit, take a little time, get through divorce type things of that nature. I needed a project or something to take up some time. So, you know, that's what I did.
Right.
But
Yeah,
it's
staying busy. Yeah, that's good, man. That's what it's about. Staying busy and productive. You know what I'm saying?
Nice,
when we go through things, man. That's what it's about, bro. So G5, what we're talking about, bro, is that, you know, this whole, you know, deal with Top Rank and Sky Sports. It's great news, like Bruce was saying. It's great news for the sport of boxing, generally speaking, man. It's great how we're going to see, you know, when it comes to fighters from the Americas, from this side of the pond, that's, you know, in conjunction and under Top Rank. I mean, they're going to get their limelight over there, like Shakur Stevenson tomorrow. He's going to get it. It's great stuff, you know what I'm saying? And what do you think, G5, generally speaking, about, you know, the deal? And we know that Bud Crawford. But Bob Arum is just saying recently that he's going to fight early October. And that is when, you know, in that month, supposedly, Bud Crawford's contract is going to expire on Top Rank. What do you think is going to happen there? And what do you think about the deal overall?
Oh, well, let's get to it. So with Bud, I think he pushed it back. COVID helped kind of extend his contract, you know, without him having to do anything personally with paperwork, because you're in a COVID restricted type of time frame. So the only thing they can do is just be like, all right, well, you don't have an opponent for September. Okay, your contract ends this time. Okay, well, when you have your last fight, that's when your contract ends, you know, because they still have to get their money. So rather it being in September or when it's supposed to be, it'll line up for him. So him leaving, I don't know, man. At this point, I don't really care what Bud Crawford does at this point, man. I hope he finally bets on himself after seeing the chess moves and pieces that he thought he had and he lost. You know, so I don't know what you're gonna do at this point. I mean, except be a free agent and, you know, do a fight-to-fight basis contracts with people. You know, you don't have to tie yourself in, but I'm not sure what he's going to do. You know, he like guarantee you money rather than betting on himself based off his track record. So I don't know what he's going to do. You know, I hope he does the best decision so we can see some good fights, because I don't like how he moved, but, you know, the dude can't fight. You know, he's the number 2 dude in the welterweight division, in my opinion, at this point. But, you know, he got to show it. Accolades mean nothing if you still living in the past. You know, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Who cares? But the Sky Sport and the ESPN thing, I feel like if they do it the right way, it'll be good for boxing. but neither one of those entities have did the best work or, giving us the best quality fights when they were on the table. So I don't really put too much stock into it. I look at it from two sides. I look at it based off what they have done and shown us with their actions and their movement that we have proof of. Then I look at it from an aspect of you can actually do some good with it if you actually do what you're supposed to with those two parties, joining forces. So it's kind of like, it's like a bittersweet type of thing. That could be good, but if you don't give us any fights more than what we're getting, it's kind of for nothing, essentially.
So, hey, G5, let me ask you this then, and Bruce, you can follow up to this question as well. So, what do you think is Crawford's best move? Do you think he should go ahead and stay at 147, or should he go down to 140 and fight the likes of Josh Taylor?
Man, stay at 147. You already did your work and had your time at 140. And you done talked all this junk about going up to 154 and fighting Charlo. You going down make you look weak when you have all these fighters that were available before Sean Porter and Keith Thurman started even talking about fight number 2. You had Porter, you had Thurman, Virgil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, Ugas. You had multiple people at 147 that you can fight that will help boost your resume, and you want to fight the 140 champion. I just can't get behind that type of movement, even though you have the skill, why go down? Going down for what? That's just my opinion. I think he needs to stay at 147 and just put his pride to the side and go ahead and take the 60-40. You've been getting screwed at Top Rank. 40% on a pay-per-view that's going to get properly promoted, bro, you're going to make more than you made in your career in one fight. But he's scared to bet on himself. So either do a fight-to-fight base contract so you can try to maximize your dollar per fight, or go with somebody that that's going to promote you well. Other than that, just stay independent.
Right.
That's just where I'm at with it. It's like, you see how people move, and you haven't really sold any seats or made your name very credible over the last 3 years. You hold on to your old accolades, that's cool. But what have you done for me lately? In boxing, they base you off your last performance. So if you haven't done nothing to giving anybody something that's credible or that's recent, you can't just keep living off the past. Like, that's why even his own Bud Crawford diehard fans are starting to be like, okay, you got to show us something, man. You've been saying the same song for 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? So it can't be everybody else's fault all the time. So that's just how I feel on that, man. I don't know. I don't even know.
What do you think, Bruce?
Well, it seems like Bud took a slap in the face from Bob Arum when he turned around and signed the Errol Crawford Manny Pacquiao fight. But Bud was standing there with egg on his face. He that was the fight that he was waiting for. It seems. Staying at 147. That's the only option for Bud Crawford. And like G5 said, man, you got so many fighters out there that you can defend against right now. You got Ugas. We can go anywhere in the welterweight division. The fight we want to see, obviously, Crawford and AJ Spence, Errol Spence. If that fight's not going to happen, or if Manny gets by, if Manny becomes champion, now that's going to throw the welterweight division in a dilemma, because Manny's going to be looked at the top as the top dog, and getting him to fight again, man, that could really tie things up. So as far as Bud Crawford goes, he should take the welterweight division by storm and go in another direction and really try to show dominance, no matter what happens. But is Bud Crawford going to do that? It seems like he just doesn't come through. He doesn't put any fights on that raise eyebrows. I don't know, man. Whether he stays with Bob Arum or not, I just think he's got some a real grudge going there with that slight that Bob did with Manny Pacquiao and Spence. So what he's going to do is the best for himself, and he should look at it like that. Like you said, don't sign long-term contracts, man. Take a lesson from the legends. Sign those short-term contracts. Go from promoter to promoter. Go where the money is. Go where the opponents are. Bud's probably heard that a million times, and I don't know how his mind thinks. So whatever he does is going to be news to me.
LeVar Cooper, I think you had a follow-up question, right?
Well, yeah. So I do. Thanks, Renee. So my thing is this. So if he goes up to 154, do you think that? And this question is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, do you really think that he can hang with Mel? Do you think he can give Mel good competition, or do you think it's going to be, Mel going through him since Bud hasn't fought anybody that's been elite?
No, I don't think that's the fight that you should even try to go for at 154 or even call that man out. Leave him alone. You need to first, before you even mention Mel, go try J-Rock or somebody. Go try Rosario first. Like, see if you can handle the punch and the power and just that the pressure of 154. Because if you go straight in there tomorrow, Mel, Bud, you good, but you do, have lapses and holes in your defense, and he can punch, and I don't think that's the smoke that you want on your first fight going to 154. Going to the top dog is not the smartest thing. So I won't count him out, but his frame is structurally kind of small. Even at 147, he's gotten bigger, but he's still smaller than a lot of people just based off the structure. That's no knock or no slight at him. But going up to 154, people punch harder. It's going to be harder to, defend on that. And, if people punch harder and with more power, they can start punching through your guards. So I don't think that's the move to make, especially coming right back or trying to go to a new weight division. I feel like he should at least get a tune-up fight at 154. I don't think that's the move for him, period. But if he wants to do it, get a light touch to see if you can handle it first. Then, make your judgment or your opinion or for his career from there. But I don't see 154 being for him.
Nah,
I could be wrong.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
I don't.
No way. Well, first of all, how old is Bud right now? He was 33.
I think he's about to be 34.
He'll be 34 in September.
Okay. Now genetically, Bud's already maxed out his genetic size. Now, if he goes up in weight from 147 to 154, he has to put on 7 pounds of muscle. You can't go up in weight by putting fat on. At his age, He's not going to grow anymore. So he has to put on 7 pounds of lean muscle. And that's a hard thing to do at his age. So, he should stay at 147 pounds, clean up the division, stay away from those big boys. You look at a 7-pound slab of steak. That's what he's got to put on his body. And believe me, you get hit with that 7-pound slab of steak, that's like getting hit with a baseball bat. So, Bud's just better stay in his lane. He's done plenty in his career, but let him, if he wants to do it, he's got to do it at 140. He made his name as undisputed at 140 pounds. He's at 147. That fight with Spence, it just makes too much sense. If that fight doesn't happen, like my brother Mr. Boxing Today's saying out there, man, it's getting beyond ridiculous. We must have been talking about this fight as it's supposed to happen within the last 6 months. We've been talking about it with excitedly, but even before that, we were talking about this fight for years, and it just never seems to materialize. This 60-40 is just it blows my mind. Nobody ever mentioned the 60-40 back in the day, man. Even though Hearns got a little bit less than Sugar Ray Leonard, they still fought a tremendous event, man, and everybody left there with their pockets bulging. To me, bro, it seems like it's beyond money. It just seems like they just don't have, the intestinal fortitude or testicular fortitude to get in the ring with each other, bro. That's what it looks like to me, man.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm gonna say this real quick, y'all, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it also just comes down to like, I think he believes in his skills, but I don't think mentally he believes he can do it. That's a big difference, because if you don't mentally believe that you can do something, then your body's going to follow what your mind or what your head thinks.
That's the intestinal fortitude I was just talking about.
Exactly. I call it mental fortitude. That's why I was like, in Texas, is
fortitude. You could name it anything, but it's guts when it comes right down to
it. And it's just an instinct that you have in your gut. Like, it's like a burn that, that you, a desire, a passion that you like, man, I've been training my life for this. There is no way I'm going to allow myself to not take this fight because, he getting 20% more than me. If I win, I'm the man.
Exactly.
I believe I could win. So I'm the man. So now we're about to switch roles. You're going to take this 40. I'm going to take this 60. Then you might want to have to do a third fight because it's going to be 1-on-1 if it goes that way, So it's like, I don't know, man. Then listen to Bob Arum saying that ESPN doesn't believe in, like, your promoter, your network don't believe in you. That's a major problem. Those two big red flags that you can't have. So you need your network and your promotional network to believe in you. If they don't, then you're gonna get shelved like bad canned goods, man.
Facts.
That's where you at.
That's true, man. That's true. Real quick, man. Let me go ahead and salute those who are jumping in, man. Grindhard, Sports Nation. Y'all go subscribe to Grindhard Sports Nation. Go subscribe to G5, man, who's in the building right now on the panel. Thanks so much, man. You guys for jumping in, man. Awesomeness. I see you, man. Silver Surfer. I see you. Awesomeness says Spence don't want Bud. I doubt that, man. But hey, everybody's entitled to your opinion. I get it, bro. It's all good. It's all good. Silver Surfer, what's going on, family? Hey. Thrill Hill, my guy. What's going on, family? Thanks so much for jumping in the building. You guys are awesome, man. Rafa Flocka Flame. Okay. Hey, that's a funny name, man. Thanks so much for jumping in, man. Never seen you before. Go ahead and subscribe, man. If you love the sport of boxing, this is a place for you. No child's play here. We do all mature folk talk. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about the craziness that happens in their places, man. This is all mature folk talk, and we all grow together. So, hey, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Hey, Queen. Kesha's comedy set. What's going on, sister? Hey, you're so funny. If you guys like, jokes and great talk, go ahead subscribe to Kesha's comedy set. Great sister right there, man. Blessings to you, sister. Thanks so much for jumping in. Hey. Usuk the Barbarian King. What's going on, man? Hey, what's going on, family? Family's in the building. PGH. Let me just catch up to the chat real quick, man. Those who are jumping in. Thanks so much for jumping in the building. PGH. Hey. Geo James Khalil 98. What's going on, my guy? Khalil 98, man. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you guys so much. I think I got through it now. We got here real quick, man. We got Honey, man. Haven't seen you before either, man. If like I said, man, if anybody's not subscribed to new listeners, go ahead and subscribe. Platform that loves the sport of boxing, simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and subscribe here. Hey, Mr. Boxing Today. Yeah. Yes, he does love to lie. What did he say recently? About more than a month ago. A big announcement for Bud Crawford next week. Yeah, shush, you're lying. Just stop the buffoonery. I'm tired of these, I don't really take seriously what these promoters say a lot of the time because they just blab away too much. Eddie Hearn does more of it, I think, my humble opinion. But yeah, man, you're right, Mr. Boxing Today. Big facts, man. So, hey, Mark Blake, what's going on, fam? Jumping in the building also, man. Thanks so much for jumping in the building. Okay. So let me get to the chat, man, because I got more things I want to talk about. Definitely concern this topic with Bud Crawford. This whole thing with Top Rank signing Sky Sports, things like that. We got Boxing Today saying, and go subscribe to Mr. Boxing Today too also, man. Family right there. Bob will claim his fighter is better. Yeah, of course he will. He said that about Lomachenko. He said that about other people. He said that about Teofimo, something along those lines, that he's like on the level of Ali or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, Bob, he's kind of weird, man, what things he says. Promoters will say anything to sell a fight. Promoters will say anything to sell tickets. Exactly, man. Let me finish what he's saying. Bob will claim his fighter is better than Ali on Monday, and on Tuesday he'll say that same fighter. Facts. Big facts right there, man. That's big facts. I couldn't say it any better, man. So that's very true. Yeah, smash the like button, everybody, man. Those who are tuning in right here. Remember to share on your platforms and on social media. We got here Grindhard Sports Station saying here. Yeah, that's the thing, Grindhard. Spence, he's saying it. He's vocal about it. He's vocal about it. He says after I take, after I KO Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying, or after I get through him, whatever, I'm gonna go for Bud. I mean, that he's clear about it. I mean, you can't go around that. You know what I'm saying? Spence is the more consistent one when it comes to him being vocal. When it comes to his actions speak louder than words. We've got to get that across. You know what I'm saying, to the community that these fighters, they can say what they want, but what are they doing? Spence is quite transparent and he's quite consistent in what he's doing. So what's Bud gonna do after that? After he sees Spence beat Pacquiao, most likely, right? It's gonna be on. You know what I'm saying? It better be on. It should be on Bud's side. Chan with Ice said he said Loma. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Chan with Ice continues to say how Bob Arum is rude when he's talking. That's what he does. Your facts. You know what I think it is, Chan with Ice and community. I don't know if it's like, I don't know, man. But Bob is he's just one of those straightforward guys. He doesn't care what you think. He's disrespectful. He'll spit on his own fighters and he just doesn't care. That's just how it is. So what I think it might happen here, it's a variety of things, okay, concerning this. Getting back to that. Bud Crawford, because I just said a moment ago with LeVar Cooper before we had family jump in the building here on the panel. Okay, so he can, because he did talk about going down to 140, right? And then Taylor's talking about going up to 147. Now Top Rank has his deal with Sky Sports. I'm thinking it looks like it's going towards Bud is going to fight Taylor, man. I'm thinking that's possibly next. And then he'll probably fight him down at 140 to be undisputed down there, and he'll probably reign at 140 again. Bud Crawford. LeVar, you gotta say something? Go ahead, LeVar.
Oh, that's for Crawford, man. That's low risk, high reward. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So at the end of the day, if he does that, and I agree with G5 and Bruce, there's no need for Crawford to go down there to 140. For what?
It's facts, yeah.
Why? I mean, he's already been down there. He was undisputed. I think he should stay at 147 as well. Him going up to 154, not saying that he can't compete with Mel, but Mel is on. He's on a whole totally different planet, man. Mel is that alpha, like I keep saying, man, and everybody else. Mel he's that alpha, man, and you make him mad, man. He's gonna try to hurt you. I think. This is what I think is going to happen. I think, right now Spence is saying 60-40. If he beats Pac-Man, I really think Spence is all about his legacy. He knows the money is going to be there. He's all about his legacy and trying to build on his legacy. So I think there's going to come a point in time where Spence is going to be like, okay, what do I have to do to get Bud in the ring? If I have to give him 50-50, I'll give him 50-50.
I don't think
that they can make that fight happen.
Man, I'm not sure, dude. That's a stretch right there. Because Spence would have 3 titles, man. It's like, but we don't know. Okay, I understand. A lot of people know, talking about it recently. Oh, it's not official yet that Pac is getting the WBA Super yet, but it's on BoxRec. I'm not basing myself off BoxRec, but that's a far stretch though. But it's possible.
True. But at the end of the day, it's like what I said in the last live. They not only will they get money from the pay-per-view, but you got the live gate. Remember that, because look what Mayweather and Logan Paul just did.
Yep.
They made the pay-per-view buys 1.9 million. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of money to be made, and I think that if Spence, I know Spence want that fight, but Spence has to ask himself, what do I have to do to get Bud in that ring?
It'll be 50-50. And I think he'll end up giving it to him, LeVar. I think he will.
Exactly. See what we have to do? We have to start thinking like a fighter. What we have to do to get that person in the ring? He gonna get Bud in there. It's gonna take a little bit of time, especially if he beats Pac-Man. I really have a feeling that he will make it 50-50.
Yeah, because you know what it is? He's going to call his bluff.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
He's going to call his bluff. And then once you call his bluff and he doesn't respond to it, then you can clearly say, oh, yeah, you really ducking me, man.
Yeah, then there's no excuse.
You asked for 50-50. Now I've given you 50-50. Now, what is your excuse now? Please explain to me what do you have to say about this now? So I do think that he will eventually do it. He just wanted, I think he started saying different numbers to put pressure on Bud to start making moves and actually betting on himself. Like he actually respects Bud's skill as a fighter. So I mean, I think Bud is more so sleeping on Spence's skill as a fighter, more so than
I agree. You know what?
And I think
we're real quick, man. Let me jump in real fast, G5, because the more I think of this, the more I see Spence, who he's fighting, he's he's fighting these top guys. I'm leaning a lot more now towards Spence that he's going to take Bud out, man. I mean, maybe not knock him out, but maybe it's not so competitive as we think, man. I just brainstorm things, because fighting under par level guys, it's kind of example. You guys think Caleb Plant fighting the competition he's been fighting, will that prepare him for a Canelo? You see what I'm saying? I mean, I kind of feel the same with Bud, man. It's like, dude, you're going to keep fighting these dudes. They're not competing. These guys aren't too competitive against Bud. And you're going to step up to fight Spence, who's been fighting the top-notch guys. Now he's with D-Ray? Or what's the dude's name? What's the trainer's name? Blu-ray. Sorry, D-Ray, because the guy, it's family that jumps in the chat sometimes. Yeah.
D-Ray
Blu-ray?
Bud's
yeah, go ahead.
Promotional agency, I believe. I wish he was in the chat because D-Ray, man. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, D-Ray. So,
dude, D-Ray's head of the Bud Justice League.
Oh, right. Yeah. I think that's why I said D-Ray. Right. But you see, the more I think of it, I don't even think, bro. It may, of course, it's going to be a competitive fight, but I'm leaning a lot more towards Spence now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
You know how I see that happening now. Like when they're saying about brainstorms. Now, if Spence beats Manny Pacquiao, now that's going to increase his bargaining power. He's not settling for 60-40 now. Do you think he's going to settle for 60-40 after he's got Manny's scalp under his belt? No,
I think
so. Now listen, this is how I see another scenario playing out. I see Bud, he's the 140-pound champion, but I can see him at a catch weight for the undisputed, fighting the undisputed, fighting Taylor, because Taylor's going to be such a draw in Scotland, and LeVar was mentioning the live gate, and if they could, after a couple of defenses in the United Kingdom, I can see a big gate there and a big fight at a catchweight with Bud Crawford. Now that's just a brainstorm I just had, and who knows if it could happen, but I can see it happening. Especially now that he signed with Top Rank and the merge going on. So that ESPN is going to be all over the place in Europe, in the United Kingdom. And then, like I said, with Errol Spence, if he beats Manny, he's going to be in a class by himself, and I don't think he's going to drop that percentage. So Bud is going to have to take that 40% if he's going to fight Errol Spence after defeating Manny Pacquiao. That's just the way I see it, bro.
I think that he's gonna. I do understand that, but if he wants that other belt that what Crawford has, he's gonna. I'm thinking he's gonna have to give a little. You got to give a little to get what you want. For me, I personally don't want to see Crawford go down there to fight Taylor. There's nothing special about Taylor. His last fight, he was taking some punches, man. And I really think that Bud will beat Taylor. To me, Crawford has nothing else to prove down there at 140. Everything is at 147, man. I just don't. It just rubs me the wrong way, man, of him going down there. I just don't see the point of him doing it.
He's talked of going down to 135 pounds and fighting Gary Russell.
Yeah, exactly. He has. He has.
So he has the confidence that he can drop the weight and still maintain his what he carries today. Now going up is a whole different story, but going down and fighting Taylor at a catchweight. Now, see, because Taylor is popular, not in this country, but
in the UK. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. This is why I don't want to interrupt, but this is exactly why I think, man, it's itching in the back of my head ever since I saw this deal with Top Rank and Sky Sports. It's most likely, bro. I just kind of see it going like that. I think Bud is going to skin out of this whole Spence talk, man. And he's going to go down and do something like that, man. Something like that, and just focus more on the UK. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just kind of weird to me, but we'll see what happens.
Well, we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this Super Bowl.
Hey, G5, you breaking up?
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up, bro.
No, I'm talking about. Can you hear me?
You're breaking up.
You're breaking up, man. Maybe come out and come back in, G5.
Yeah. Hey, Bruce, I get what you understand. I get what you're saying, Bruce. And don't get me wrong, I do. Him trying to go down to 135, man, at the age of 34.
No. I'm just saying he has the ability to.
Right.
So he would definitely have the ability to go down to like 144 and fight at catchweight.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Now, see, I'm looking at this from a different point of view. I'm
Right.
looking at this as a business perspective. I'm
Right.
not looking at it like a fan. If I'm looking at it like a fan, dude, I say, you know where I'm at, man. I'm for that I'm for that welterweight unification fight, which should have been made a long time ago. It should be a rematch. It should be number 2 right now. But I'm looking at it now from a business point of view, and like Renee said, there's so many scenarios, and if we're gonna sit on our butts all day and wait for that welterweight fight to happen, we're gonna have some hard butts when we get up. You know what I'm saying?
I really do think that it will happen, because when was the last time that we had a undisputed welterweight champion?
Zab.
Exactly. Because Carlos, even though he did lose to Carlos Baldomir, but it was Zab.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, I think it's all about Spence trying to make history. And trust me, Bruce, I hope he does, but I just don't see what is the reward going down there to fight Taylor. What I mean by
money, because Zab right now, we had to all think hard. Zab is not a historic figure. Zab Judah's name only rings bells with boxing fans, whereas the great undisputeds like Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya, they've got their place in history. See, Zab had the last undisputed, but I had to think about that. And you mentioned it. Oh yeah, Zab Judah, but I think Bud can make his legacy elsewhere. I don't think he has to go for the undisputed welterweight, and I think that's the way he thinks. Personally, to throw the business out the window and fight each other. But for some reason, it's not making business sense. And if it's not making business sense now, who's to say it's going to make business sense after he gets through with Manny Pacquiao, or after that fight gets over? And then if Pacquiao wins, what's going to happen to that fight then?
Right.
I mean, there's so many scenarios, man.
Belts will get scattered because he'll probably retire, and you'll have the belts all over the place again. They'll be just like, for what? Like, if you're gonna ride out in the sunset, win or lose on this fight, you need to go. You should need to put that in the contract. Like, look, I'm done after this fight, whether I win or lose. That way they can start. I just don't want these belts all over the place again. We already neutralizing them. Like.
But, I get this thing about belts myself. To me, we should recognize the fighter, the best fighter in the division, and not the belts, because I went into this on another channel not long ago. I mean, you go back in the heavyweights, even to Larry Holmes. Larry was never undisputed. Larry never held 2 belts, and it was a 2-belt era, then a 3-belt era. But even though he held a WBC, and he had a chance to unify, he wasn't interested in fighting Mike Weaver the second time. He wasn't interested in going to South Africa. And, as far as he was concerned, he was the best. And anybody in that era would say the best heavyweight of that era was Larry Holmes. He didn't even have to have a belt. The IBF bestowed their belt on him so it would have some credibility. And the same thing with Marvin Hagler. He had the WBA and WBC, and the IBF came on, and they gave it to Marvin Hagler. Basically, he fought Wilfred Scipion, but it was a foregone conclusion, and it was for legitimacy. But nobody had to have belts back then. We knew who the best heavyweight was in that era. It was Larry Holmes, and he was never undisputed. And you go right down the line. I was just using two fighters that we know a lot about. And to me, it's not the belts. You can have 5 belts draped over your shoulder, like Alexander Usyk. Unless you're a hardcore fight fan, you didn't know who he was. He was an undisputed cruiserweight. Most people out there don't even know what a cruiserweight is.
Right? Yeah, I view that. And I feel that, but that era back then, when you was watching it, is way different than now. Like the fighters then, they didn't care about the money like that. They was just
the fans want to see the best fighter rise to the top, and most fans have no clue who WBO.
I get it. But we are in a social media area now that when they see belts, they think that's automatically the best because they got a strap around their waist. So
everybody's got a strap around their waist today.
I know. So they think that in this era, if you have a belt, that equates to you automatically the best, which is not always naturally true.
Yeah, that's the first impression.
You could have fought for an open belt, an open title, and became a champion. Now to actually beat the man who actually had it. So they just see a colorful.
Well,
belt around
that's why it's guys like us who are the only ones who are really qualified to judge who a champion is, because we know what it's all about. These people are judging them on having a belt draped over their shoulder. You know, it could be the French Fry Championship belt. You know, the internet YouTube welterweight championship. They don't know what it is. You know, to me, that's why belts are kind of getting ridiculous now, especially with all these diamond belts and interim champs and you know, regular and super. G5, I'm sorry, bro. To me, the prestige is not in the belts; it's in who the fighter fights to achieve his status.
Oh no, I agree with that totally. But what I'm saying is, outside looking in, when the way these fans of the people are built that watch boxing today, they only going to equate the narrative that's being pushed out, and that if they got a lot of people do that, if you have the best, that you are the best. So they're going to run with that. Now, people like us who know what the truth is, we outnumber because more of them believe what the narrative being pushed in boxing. That's why they'll say, "Oh, Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua is the best boxer in the heavyweight division because he has the belts." That's my only thing. That's why I don't like that the way people view that, because that's how they do.
Well, what they're doing is they're presenting almost every fight we see as a championship fight because there's so many belts out there. I mean, who Bermain Stavern, who did he just lose who did he just fight for the WBA regular title? Brian Jennings, was it? No.
Yeah, I don't even remember that guy's opponent's name, man. I don't think it was an important fight.
That's the heavyweight champion of the world. Everybody's supposed to know that name. So, dude, that just tells you how irrelevant a championship belt is. That's the heavyweight championship of the world, and not one of us can tell us, you know, Brian Jennings, who is Trevor Bryan. Okay, Mr. Boxing. Yeah, you know, you're the heavyweight man out there, bro. I wish you were on this panel, bro. But you get my point, brother. To me, I don't know if you agree with me, but I think belts are becoming less and less irrelevant the more that they stamp out.
What about Charles Martin?
Yeah. Okay. There's another one.
Yeah, but
what is he? The WBC interim or?
No, but it's true. It's true what G5 is saying that what you know. G5's point is that the majority of people that are watching boxing, they don't really know about too much about the belts and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So their impression is whoever has a belt, whoever has a shiny belt around their waist, they're the ones. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
they have to smarten up though.
Well, yeah, exactly. They do. They do.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you know. However it may go, but you know, you stop biting that bullet too much for these belts, and you know, you're deluding yourself.
That's true too. But you got to understand that whoever has the belts, they're getting more TV time. So that's another reason why they're getting noticed too, because some of those contenders, man, they're not getting the television time that they should, not unless he's a hot upcoming prospect that is going to be he's going to be somebody to be reckoned with in the heavyweight division. So it just all depends, man, because we keep seeing the same fighters, you know, on TV getting the airtime that are champions, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man.
It's I mean, the sort of boxing has got so weak and watered down.
Again, G.
You know, man, I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah, you're kind of cutting off again, G5.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, just go out and come back in, G5. Okay, real quick. Let me go back to a question that Grindhard said, and it's true, man. Thank you guys for jumping in the building, man. Remember, get the likes up. Go ahead and share. It says here, if Pacquiao doesn't get the belt back, that's facts. It's you know, that was in the back of my mind too. If he doesn't,
he is getting the belt back.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive he's going to get it back. You know how business is, man. This fight is too big, and the sanctioning body would lose too much money if they wouldn't give Pacquiao. It's all about the money. You know what it is. So WBA, they're going to be like, hey, we want our check. Give him his freaking belt back. Ugas, here you go. Step aside. Take a couple $100,000. You know?
Well, it's like what G5 said. Pacquiao was a champion in recess, so which means when he comes back, he gets the belt. So, and I know, shouts out to Blue Blood. I know he talked about that. Pacquiao was going to get his belt back. I think he talked about it yesterday or a couple days ago.
Yeah, and there's a reason. Like I said, it's not like that's my only, what I ride on all day, but it's in box rec already, so it's there. I think if I'm not mistaken, they're going to fight for the WBA. I'm almost positive he's going to get it back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the WBA is never going to give up that 3 to as high as someone told me, a fighter told me it's as high as 8% a sanctioning fee. Now, to me, I think that's crazy, but this was told to me by a former professional heavyweight fighter who we all know. But anyway, the WBA is never going to give that sanctioning fee up, dude. It doesn't just go to Manny Pacquiao doesn't just pay it, but Errol Spence pays it. It's huge. It's the way they make their money, and he's going to walk in there with that WBA.
Yeah, Pacquiao's going to get it. He's going to get it,
for sure, dude, for sure.
So yeah, grind hard. I mean, it's a good question, but that's what I think is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it would defeat it if the things were done right and correctly. I guess he shouldn't get the belt back, right? But you know how it is, man. So yeah, it would defeat the purpose too, definitely, man. So we got here.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is Spence on an undisputed run? Because he would be. He'd be fighting our boy Clarence Bud Crawford if he really wanted to be undisputed. Right. And like LeVar said, he would have made it 50-50. He would have taken a little bit less. He doesn't seem like who really does want to be undisputed when you have to answer to all these organizations, man. Think about that.
Right.
But then again, it goes back to what you've been saying though, Renee. If Crawford goes down to 140, that means he has to drop that belt. Is he willing to let that belt go? He's going to have to drop it.
Yeah, right.
If he's gonna go down to fight Taylor at 140, he's going to have to drop that belt.
Yep, that's facts. That's fact. I mean, Bud is in the freaking corner, dude. He has to, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, let me get real quick to the chat, man. I mean, this is good stuff you guys are saying here. So that's true. Boxing Today. That's true. He can beat Spence. I'm definitely not saying he won't. Yeah, that's facts, bro. I just see it more on Spence because of, Pacquiao's big absence, 2 years. He didn't look, he's not in his prime, how he looked against Thurman. That was a close fight, man. So I just don't think, Pacquiao's not the same anymore. 2-year layoff, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of see it more on Spence's side, but of course Pac can win. Oh, he definitely can. Oh, Pac is a freaking, he's still got the skills. He's still got skills, man, definitely. So we got here, Chan with Ice real quick. UK be coming to the States. That's big facts. Yeah, Blue. Shouts out to our guy, Blue Blood. Yeah, he said that, yeah, the Fury versus AJ fight was mainly UK. Right. Yeah. Thrill Hill, hey, I don't know if I shouted you out, man. Thanks so much for jumping in the building, Thrill Hill. Thanks so much, man. So we got here. So what would a Taylor-Crawford split be? I mean, Taylor's undisputed now, so if Crawford were to go down at 140, Taylor should get the bigger split, big time. He should get the bigger split big time, man. So yeah. Jake Cool says here, hey, what's going on, Jake Cool? Man, thanks so much for jumping in, bro. It says Bud should have stayed at 140 if you're waiting on 140 pounders, man. But it's irrelevant. That's facts, bro. I love Bud. I love him. It's just facts. I mean, I can't say nothing else against that. Jake Cooley says here, Mikey versus Taylor is the fight to make. That would be amazing. That would be good stuff right there, man. So we got here boxing, Mr. Boxing Day. Floyd was never undisputed, but I get your point, Bruce. Right. And if I'm not mistaken, Floyd dropped the belts after he got them, right?
Yeah. I was really going on the the famous names that Zab Judah never achieved. The fame for being undisputed. I shout out Floyd's name, and I know Floyd was never undisputed. It was never about that for him, man. Thanks for correcting me, Mr. Boxing Today too.
Yeah, it's all good. So we got here Jake Cool saying,
Mr. Boxing Today too is on that pedestal that I put very few on, man. He knows his stuff.
Oh yeah, Mr. Boxing Today is an expert, man. So go ahead and subscribe, you guys. Like I constantly say, man, when I see him, subscribe to Boxing Today, man. Mr. Boxing Today too. We got here Jake Cool saying here, how Spence not consistent? Did he fight? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I think you're responding to Pigeon. Pigeon, love you, bro, but hey, you're dude. Come on, Pigeon. Okay, Pigeon. If he's not consistent, he's more consistent than Bud, hands down. Okay, if that's true that Spence is not consistent, he's 100 times more consistent than Bud. You don't make me go all the way back, bro. Don't make me go all the way back, Pigeon, and show how inconsistent Bud is, bro. Okay, I mean it's facts, Pigeon. Come on now. We got here, Mr. Boxing saying Larry wasn't interested in Dokes. or read a rematch. Oh, okay. Bringing that historical standpoint right there, man. Definitely, man. Demetrius Bright, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for jumping in here, man. You guys are jumping in. I'm kind of behind the chat. So sorry about this, man. Chain with Ice says here, AJ versus Fury, the biggest fight. Yeah, I know it's controversial. That's a controversial one, but I feel it, bro. I feel it. Money in the Ghetto. Hey. Money in the Ghetto's in the building. Thanks so much for jumping in, man. Hey, we got here, Boxing MMA 365. Trevor Bryant, he fought. Right. Thanks so much for jumping in, bro. I don't think I've seen you before. I think I have, but I don't really recall. If I haven't seen you, if this is your first time, go ahead and subscribe, bro. Hit the notification bell. Like I'm saying, man, we got constantly new people jumping in here. I really appreciate each and every one. You guys are awesome, man. We got here, Mr. Boxing today saying, as a fan, I only recognized WBC, WBO, IBF, WBA, the 4-belt era. Yeah, of course. That's how it should be, and that's how it should stay. But all these stupid, I'm sorry, I just got to say it like that. All these stupid regular silver, gold, interim, franchise, your facts, mister. And WBC adding Bridgerweight, it's nonsense, dude. It's stupid. I hate that, and I detest it. And that's exactly what Mr. Boxing should be like that. WBC, WBO, IBF, WBA, and you're done, and that's it. Those are the champs. Those are the top. Forget this stupid other stuff that they're putting. All these other titles that they're putting on these other belts. So forget being undisputed. Too many sanctioning fees. I think that's one of the reasons.
Absolutely, man. See, I grew up in the 2-belt era, and I watched. There were unification fights they didn't even call it undisputed. Unification was pretty much what it was, and then it was. Don King was with the WBC and Bob Arum was with the WBA, and Bob Arum had an argument for some reason or other, and him and Bob Lee formed the IBF, and that was one of the most crooked organizations in the world when it first came out. They were ratings being bought off, and I don't see how we even accepted it. And the president, Bob Lee, the original founder, ended up doing a year in prison for taking the bribes. Bob Arum, I think, was the guy who flipped on him and testified against him. So, it was the shakiest organization. But, yeah, we accepted it, and we let it get in there where there was already an argument. We didn't – 2 belts were too many. That was too many. And now we're accepting the IBF, which was the boxing purists were frowning upon that. And today, man, when you're in the WBO era and the IBO, some people get behind because the IBO has been around for a long time, and I think it was AJ who was promoting that belt as one of his heavyweight titles. So and Roberto Duran too, but it's just too many belts, man. The company that makes the boxing gloves, Cleo Rios. They're the ones the same ones who make the WBC belts. They make the gloves and they make the belts. I don't know if how close the organizations are in Mexico, Renee, geographically, but I know Jose Suleiman just has to think of a title and call up down the street and say, I want this belt made because the leather's there, the stamping is right there. So it just evaluates these belts so much, man. The more we're talking about them, and like Mr. Boxing today says, man, WBC, WBO, IBF, and WBA. Because that's the ones we have to accept now. I'd be happy if we could cut that number in half, but that's not going to happen. But personally, that's how I view the individual titles. It's the best in the division, and I don't care if he has a belt or not.
Matter of fact, I'm going to say something right now real quick before I say that. Raymond Davis says here, when Spence initiates his stalking aggressive pressure style of fighting, how does Manny withstand it? Yeah.
He can't.
Right.
Floyd did it. I know Floyd and Spence are 2 totally different fighters, but Spence has sparred with Floyd. And when Floyd was actually going forward, Manny, and using his right hand and using his jab, Manny didn't know what to do. I'm not saying that Manny can't win, but after that Keith Thurman fight where he looked sloppy, like his feet, it looked like he was stumbling over his feet.
Right.
Manny's not the same, man.
Nah.
And Blu-ray is back. Blu-ray is back in Spence's corner or training camp, which means Spence is only going to get stronger as the fight goes on.
Bro, and this is what is making me think, the more I think about it, if Spence beats Pacquiao in a beautiful fashion, I don't think Bud's going to really, if they fight, yeah, of course, Bud's going to give him competition and all that. But I think Spence, man, I don't know, man. I'm gonna definitely lean towards Spence more. I got to see how he performs against Pacquiao. Sheena, the Queen. Hey, Queen, how you doing, girl? Thanks so much for jumping in here, girl. Thanks so much, Queen. Salute Renee, panel chat. Spence wants to become undisputed. I don't believe Spence would waste time fighting Pac. That's a good point. If Pac wasn't to get that belt back, very true.
Mm-hmm. I agree. We'll see what happens, man. I'm not saying that Pac-Man can't do it. It's just, man, he's just been inactive, and I know everybody's gonna say, well, the car accident. I understand that, but y'all got to understand, Spence can box, and the only reason why Spence was taking that punishment from Porter is because he fought Porter's fight. Spence can box if he truly wants to, and you really think that he's going to sit there and try to trade with Manny, because Manny still has punching power. But I really think that what's going to happen is Derek James is going to come up with a plan to take away Manny's straight left. What happened when Floyd took away Manny's straight left? Pacquiao was just throwing punches and bunches. That was it. So I'm telling you, Spence can box if he chooses to.
I mean, I'm sure Pac is going to give him some work. I mean, I'm not saying he ain't. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's going to give some good work to Spence. It's going to be a beautiful fight, but I just give it more to Spence. Definitely. We've got Mr. Boxing. Okay, that's a good point, Mr. Boxing. Pac will most likely stand his ground and fight back with Spence when being pressed. Now, what Porter should not do is go back how he did what Spence should not do is what he did against Porter when he was just going there toe to toe, boom, boom, banging it out. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, because Pac's pretty fast. So exactly, speed kills, and Pac still has it. But being technically sound like Marquez, Floyd, TB, gives Pac problems. That's the thing. So Spence has to be more technical in this fight, definitely, man. He definitely has to be smart, man. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I agree. I mean, the thing about Marquez, how many times did Pacquiao Marquez fight? They fought what, 3-4 times? I think
it was 4.
4. So Marquez had Pacquiao's number, and that was a beautifully timed punch that put Pac-Man to sleep, because Marquez was practicing that punch during training camp. So it's something that they saw. We're gonna have to see, man. It's gonna be a good fight. But I don't think that Manny's going to walk through Spence like what everybody thinks. I think it's going to be a good fill out. It's going to be a good filling out for a couple of rounds, and then somebody's going to take over. We'll see, man. I'm not saying Pac 2 years off. The only person that I seen that took 2 years off to come back and dominate was Mayweather dominating Marquez. So
yeah, Pac is no Mayweather, so he's not that sharp. No way. No.
I'm just saying. I just didn't like his last fight against Thurman. He just looked sloppy, and he was getting hit a lot, man. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, against a Thurman. I mean, and Thurman's not in his top game either.
You want to know who else was giving Pac-Man problems till he threw the fight? Joshua Clottey.
Mm-hmm.
Clottey was giving Pac-Man problems, and then he threw the fight. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely looking forward.
Yeah, go ahead, Bruce. Go ahead.
Man. Originally I was looking at it as a 50-50 fight, because I'm looking at Manny as maybe he's going to pull one out of his hat. We've seen it so many times. We saw Larry Holmes do it. We saw George Foreman do it. Who knows? Pacquiao might be in that category. I also look at it as a realist, man. The 33. How old is Manny now? 40, 42.
Yeah, he's up there, man.
You go to a professional baseball player. He doesn't see that 100-mile-an-hour fastball when he's 40 years old anymore. That linebacker. He doesn't go through
exactly,
that tackle. He doesn't go around him and under him like he used to. You slow down just a shade. Mm-hmm. And if Bud is hitting his prime right now, then I don't see Manny putting up much of a fight, because who knows how if we're going to see an old Manny Pacquiao or the Manny Pacquiao of old, like Larry Merchant used to say.
I don't think
so. To me, that's the curiosity factor where I really want to see this fight.
Right.
Who knows if he's going to be a great one and pull it out of the hat and pull a George Foreman. And if he does, I want to see it, man. So, Bud is the best welterweight. To me, Spence is the best welterweight out there, and he's fighting the legendary welterweight out there. So, who doesn't want to see this fight?
Of course. Yeah, that's facts, man. That's facts. We got Jimmy just right saying Floyd Mayweather was one of the first to say that there is too many belts in boxing. Yep. But Roy Jones and Mike Tyson, the more belts, the merrier, and gives fighters something to work toward. All right. Yeah. That's good point, Demetrius Bright. Good stuff right there, man. Very good. Chain with Ice says here, LeVar Cooper Spence got heavy feet, and it like he got footwork like that. I mean, hey, I don't think Spence is going to use too much footwork against Pacquiao, because generally he likes to, he does have footwork, but not like other fighters. You know what I'm saying? Not like the ones that we think of when we talk about footwork. But hey, Chain with Ice, I feel what you're saying, bro. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. It's going to be a beautiful fight. I love it. I can't wait till it happens, man. Mr. Boxing Today says here, exactly. Roy said, the thought of another guy in my division calling himself champion doesn't. Yeah, right. Don't sit well with me. Yep. Chain with Ice continues to say, Spence only boxed against Tiny, Mikey, and Danny, who isn't good. The second he fought Simon Hood in Porter, we saw that what happened. Yeah, I mean, but then again, Spence admitted himself that, when he fought against Porter, he knew he wasn't, he didn't train as he should have. He didn't train as he should have in the lead up to the Porter fight. I just think that he's going to really be sharp now, a lot sharper. Spence is going to be 100 now, definitely, man. He wasn't 100 when he fought Porter, Tiny Mikey. I mean, that's Mikey's problem though, because this is how I see it. If a fighter, I've been saying this a lot, this is a quick example. Rigondeaux, when he moved up to fight Lomachenko, when he fought Lomachenko, a lot of people said that and carried that alibi. No, Rigondeaux was a smaller guy. No, you're not the smaller guy. If you moved up to the division, to a bigger, heavier division, that's your fault and that's your problem. Don't move up then. There's no excuses for Mikey. He moved up to 147. To fight Spence, then there's no excuse. It's skills. Skills pay the bills. If you think, okay, look. Bruce goes, you're the expert in weights and stuff like that. Okay, Bruce, quick question, bro. Like, okay, I'm a pro, or a scenario. I'm a pro boxing. Let's just imagine that. I'm fighting at 130 or something like that. Okay, I'm a pro. I've been fighting for years. I've been boxing for years, bro. I have professionals in my team. I have freaking conditioning coaches, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia, he's in the SNAC program, for crying out loud. There's no excuses, man. Then your team is going to tell you and know or they're going to stop you or something. I don't know. You should know as a pro. If you're able to move up a division or two divisions and fight. If you're not, then what are you doing? What the heck's your problem? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Bruce. Do you think? I don't think that's an excuse, man. Mikey moving up to 140. Oh no, he's a smaller guy. So Spence, No, I mean, you move up to 147, and it is what it is. I don't think there are any excuses to that. I don't know, man. What do you think about that, Bruce?
You hook up with a nutritionist who knows your body, and you should know your body itself. You should know your body itself. Exactly. You should know when you're at your peak fighting weight. Like Vinny Pazienza, he had that when he had the lightweight title. He moved up to 140 to fight Loreto Gaza. He said he almost died trying to make that 140. Literally, he said he went up and high-fived his maker in the dressing room. Now he just knew that body, and plus he was a growing boy at the time. He was only like 24, 23 years old, whatever. But when you're growing, then you can put the weight on. But if you've already maxed out and if you're in your 30s, then it's difficult, man. You don't, if you're a natural 130-pound fighter who's over 30 years old, going up in weight is not as easy as it seems. You're going to put body fat on, but like I said before, to go up in weight to be effective, you have to put muscle on, and it's hard to do, and it's hard to stay limber. It's a whole thing with nutrition and weight training. But that's resistance training. But that's the only way to go up is by putting muscle on, and it's the older you get, the harder it is to do. So if you're a lightweight and you're in great shape at right there, stay at lightweight. If you know, but boxing's a business now. We're talking about the money at this weight class and that weight class. So you know what? Everything I said really goes out the window when it comes to an individual boxer. If he wants to fight at 160 and he's on a natural 154-pound fighter, then he's going to do it. And you know, he is putting himself at risk unless he puts that weight on properly. But
And they gotta man up to they gotta be responsible for their own actions. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. And Canelo, for example, he's moving up, fighting these guys. Controversy aside, fought this, Caleb Smith, who's almost twice his freaking size, man. He took him out, man. He boxed him out very well. Did what he had to do in the ring. And nobody's saying, "Oh, Canelo, you're just a smaller guy." No, there's no excuses. That's how I see it. Skills pay the bills, man. Mikey, same thing with him. He moved up to Spence. He felt that he was capable in himself and in his weight and those, the physical aspects and attributes and in his skills. He said it time and time again, man. That's what I'm saying here. He said it time and time again. Interview after interview. No, I got the skills. I see something. I feel that I have the capabilities and skills, and talent to beat Spence. There's no excuses. No excuses. Spence boxed him out fair and square and did great. Mikey has skills. Mikey Garcia. Then why are a lot of people talking about, Mikey Garcia versus Danny Garcia would be a great fight? Mikey's skilled and this and that. Of course, Mikey got skills, man. I'm not discrediting Spence's win over Mikey Garcia, man. I mean, I give him his props. He boxed well, man. He boxed against Mikey very well. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to the chat real quick. Hey, historian, salute, bro. Hey, Curtis Sanchez and Bill, man, thanks so much for jumping in. If you want to jump in, Kurt, I'll send you a link right now, man. Just let me know, okay? Demetrius Bright says here. Oh, LeVar, I'm going to get to you right now, LeVar, on answering that, okay? We got here Demetrius Bright real quick saying Spence said he could have boxed Porter and made the... Yeah, he could have, but he didn't. And he knew what he was doing wasn't the right thing to do. What Spence did against Porter, he knew it wasn't the right thing to do. Not only that, but in the lead up to that fight, the way he trained, he didn't train 100 for Porter, because he wasn't really disciplined at that time. Spence wasn't, man. He was still living that party life, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But instead, Demetrius Bright continues to say, but instead he wanted to fight Porter. He said if they fought again, he would still fight. Yeah. If they fought again, he would do it again. Yeah, definitely, man. Go ahead, LeVar, go ahead and answer. I think you were going to answer somebody there.
Can you pin that back up for me?
Let me go back. It's heavy footed. Yeah. Right there. There you go.
So here's the thing about Spence. Before Spence fought Porter, Spence had to lose 25 pounds. He gained 25 pounds. So during that whole training camp, that was for him to lose the 25 pounds. So he decided, yes, he could have boxed Porter once again, but he decided to beat Porter at his own game because he knew that he could beat Porter at his own game. So that's why he did it. For Spence's last 3 fights, he did not have Blu-ray in his corner, in his camp. He did not. So now for this Pacquiao fight, now he went back to Blu-ray, and Blu-ray's going to get him right. So at the end of the day, we have to understand that, Spence has heavy feet. No, Spence can be light on his feet when he chooses to. It depends on the type of fighter that he's going to fight. So at the end of the day, once again, he had to lose that 25 pounds to come down for that Porter fight. And that's why you don't see him blowing up like majority of the fighters do after they get done fighting. That's all I wanted to add in there, Renee.
Nice, great breakdown. Wayman Davis says here, I'm hearing reports that Manny is not in full compliance. I mean, that's the thing. That's another thing. I was going to mention that earlier that from what I understand, there's supposed to be drug testing in this or whatever, right? VADA testing. If Manny's not in full compliance, get him the heck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sorry. I love Manny, but I don't tolerate cheats, man. I don't tolerate these cheating guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying Manny's a cheater, but if he's tripping on this and getting kind of shady, like, I don't know, if he's hesitant now, Manny, what's going on? What the heck is going on? Okay, so he continues to say, I listened to a couple of reports this morning. I didn't know that. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh my gosh, man. Yes. And LeVar Cooper, he's mentioned it before about that, where, there's some, suspicion throughout Manny's career. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea, you know what I'm saying? But if that's the case, man, if Manny's going to try to pull something, get the heck out of here, Manny. Get out of here. Stop playing, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm 100 with anybody. I don't care who it is. If they're popping dirty or if they're, suspected of it and, they have a lot of evidence about it, or how do I say it? If it looks like they're popping, and there are several things that point out to that when it comes to fighters, it's like, man, stop playing games, man. This is not a sport where you should be doing that kind of stuff, man, because you're putting the opponent in danger. Their life is in danger if you do that kind of stuff. I don't know, man. I haven't heard of that. Wow.
Yes.
Reinhardt. Yeah, yes. Go ahead.
He's yes. Spence has been in compliance with the whole testing, but Manny Pacquiao has been kind of
I didn't know that, man. Wow.
Renee,
wow.
you and I, we've had the conversation offline. I sent you photos. I'm not saying that he is, but I just don't see he started off 102 pounds.
Yeah, super light twig, man.
And you bring all that power up, and you knocking out welterweights like that. Okay,
man. Wow. Wayman Davis. Wow. We have Grindhard Sports Nation saying Floyd looked good enough to beat Canelo right now. Still, I don't know about. I don't know. That's another topic, but I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, I know it was a silly, stupid exhibition with Logan, but very smart business move. What I mean by stupid exhibition is like, when it comes to boxing, I don't really care about that, but smart business move. But I don't know, man. Canelo turning around, calling out Floyd lately. Oh, I would beat him in my prime. Who cares, man, Canelo, right? Just get over Floyd. He schooled you. That's it. Move on in your life. I don't know, man. But him right now? Okay, go ahead, LeVar, and then we'll go to Bruce. What do you think?
I'm sorry, Renee. I don't mean to keep jumping in, man. And
go ahead.
I do. I think that if Floyd trains properly, if he trains right, because I mean, for this Logan Paul fight, he really didn't train like he should have. But I think if Floyd was to dedicate himself one more time for one more fight against Canelo, he'll school Canelo again. The reason why Canelo's moving up so much is because by him going up in these higher weight classes, man, these guys can't move like some of these junior welterweights.
Yeah, that's true.
They're lighter guys. They can move. So these guys, they're stationary. They're robotic. So it's perfect for Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Because Canelo's flat-footed. So Canelo's just making the right moves right now.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Bruce?
About Floyd fighting Canelo again?
Yeah, if he can beat him.
No. Floyd's a sideshow now, man. Let him do his exhibitions, fight the YouTubers, man. To me, that's not what boxing's all about. So that's not even shouldn't even be a discussion here, man. Floyd, hats off to Floyd, but what he's doing is not benefiting boxing. It's right. Just not,
I don't really contemplate that anymore when it comes to Floyd and Canelo talk, because it's just way different divisions now, and what I'm saying. But it's kind of like saying and I understand Grindhard, it's great, he looked good, and but when it comes to them fighting, it's not gonna happen. I'm saying, but yeah, wait.
Maybe 10 years from now they'll put on an exhibition.
I don't think. No way, dude. Floyd's would be like 50.
Oh,
heck
yeah.
no.
Snoop Dogg at ringside, man.
Canelo would knock him out, dude. He would just.
This would be Tyson-esque.
Yeah, it would actually. Demetrius Bryce says here, I would like to see Broner. That would be cool. Broner versus Taylor, but Broner, man, the same thing here with Broner. It's like, dude. I just, I'm quite how can we say, I'm demanding as a fan, what I'm saying? Broner, I don't think Broner's ever gonna really do anything in the sport anymore, what I'm saying? Just to make money, do a Triller thing, against Jake Paul or something like that. That's what I see Broner doing now. Chain with Ice says here, of course it's their fault. Yeah, it is their fault, but that doesn't mean they deserve credit. I think they do, Lomachenko deserved his credit when he beat Rigondeaux, because Rigondeaux moved up, and a lot of people talk about Rigondeaux is skilled, and he's skilled, of course he is, but skills pay the bills, man. Lomachenko's outskilled you, and that's it. It is what it is. What I'm saying? That's just my humble opinion, but I feel it with that. I feel you, bro. Mr. Boxing Today says trying to bully Pac could be dangerous for Spence. He better work behind the jab. Yeah, that's true. Pac still hand speed. Yeah, he does. Yes, and some pop. Yeah, he does still have pop. That's why he knocked down Thurman. You know, even though Thurman was kind of unbalanced, you know, he has his feet together, but still, man, he still has pop. His legs are still in pretty good shape. Old guy. Oh, of course, his legs are like freaking horse legs, dude. His calves.
Yeah, that's true. He better hope he doesn't have any calf issues during that fight.
Yeah, those are horse legs, dude. I mean, gosh. Wow. Demetrius Bright says here, Spence said he could have but oh yeah, I think we read that already. Yeah. So we got Curtis Anderson. Thanks so much again, man, for jumping in the building, man. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you guys so much for jumping in. I'm gonna continue here real quick because there are only a few who can put on fat and still be highly effective. James Tony. Oh, Durant come to mind. Okay, that's interesting, man. Interesting point right there. Demetrius Bright says Thurman closed the gap on his fight with Manny. Manny got hit too much by Thurman. Yeah, he did. Danny said Spence hits harder, and that may lead to Manny. That's a big possibility. That's a big possibility that Spence. See, now going back to that, if Spence beats Manny in a really, really convincing fashion, I don't think this is going to. Of course, I got to repeat it. Bud versus Spence will be competitive. But I just think Spence would just really, I think he would win, man. I would just lean a lot more towards Spence, man. If he really beats Manny in a really convincing fashion, I really got Spence in this, man. I agree. Spence bullying can be dangerous, but when Spence locks into his aggressive style, he's methodical with it. Yeah, he is methodical in aggressiveness. Yes, he is. He's not just sitting and throwing blows and going crazy and stuff. Yeah, that's true. Mikey didn't fight Spence because he thought he can win. He did it to duck. Well, yes, he did, because remember, Chain, interview after interview, Mikey was saying repetitively, and I don't think Mikey's the type of guy to sit around and lie. I don't think Mikey does that. Mikey's not, that's just not his persona, man. Whether he ducked Loma, whatever, but he did say a lot. I mean, you go back to the interviews. No, I got the skills, I got the talent, you know, I see something in Spence. He wasn't joking around, man. You know, whether he ducked Lomi, okay, I get it, whatever, but, you know, he could have moved up. I mean, if that's the case, he could have just moved up at 147, fought another guy, fought Jesse Vargas or something like that, you know what I'm saying? I think he really did believe he could beat Spence, man. I really do. I mean, I think Mikey believed it too. You know, that's why he did it. Porter ever said that Spence is a chameleon in the ring. Okay. He even said, I got you. He even said, okay.
Hey, Renee,
yeah, go ahead.
I think when it comes to Bud and Spence, I really think that if the fight ever happens, Bud better make sure he works on his conditioning, because it's like what I've been saying. He has not gone the distance since July of 2016.
That's true. Postal.
Exactly. And we know how, with Blu-ray being in the training camp with Spence, we know that Spence only gets stronger and stronger throughout the fight. So Bud better come in there conditioned, man, because like I said, that's what, 5 years, going on 5 years that's the last time you've gone 12 rounds. Everything else has, it's going to say a lot. It's going to say a lot.
And I repeat, fighting sparring partners is not going to prepare you for top-notch elite fighters, man. It's not. It's not, man. Exactly. And just a quick example I give everybody, you know, is just a quick example off the bat, you know, is, again, I got to go back to that. Caleb Plant, those guys he's fighting, it's not going to prepare him, dude, for a freaking Canelo, dude. I mean, I love Plant, and I'm going for him for the fight. You know, I love him. I love his heart. He got the skills and tools, but it's not going to prepare you, man. It's just not, dude. It's not. Hey, Sheena, she says here, Factor. Oh, yeah, you've been here. I'm sorry. I thought you just jumped in. She just Factor Nate. I got you, sis. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Queen. So, yeah, Factor Nate. Right. I got someone. I want to go to a quick comments here and people who are jumping in the building, man, because you guys are jumping in. Great information, excellent points, guys. I love it, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's about. That's why I love going live, man, with all you guys, and you guys too. The chat also has excellent points. Awesome. You know, I almost didn't want to say anything. Oh, it's all good, man. Go ahead and speak up. Hey, Kevin Munnings, fam. What's going on, bro? Looking good in that photo, my guy. That's what I'm talking about. Definitely, man. You know, big smile on the face. That's what I'm talking about. Stay joyful, everybody. Train with Ice. No, Ice too big. Wilder beats May too. Mark Nash, what's going on, fam? Pittsburgh. Salute to Pittsburgh, man. What's going on, family? Thanks so much for jumping in, Mark Nash. He got a channel too. Go subscribe to our guy, man. Mark Nash, definitely. D Hodges says here, wow, Floyd versus Canelo 2 gazillion dollars easy for both. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they would cash in big time. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. So thanks so much for jumping in. Mark Nash, once again, man, you guys are awesome. All you guys are jumping into it. Candace Slim 501, we got here says size does matter, bro. Remember, then they shouldn't move up then. I mean, that's the thing, bro. Why do they move up? Don't move up. And these fighters know that. That's just my point. That's just my point. You know what I'm saying? If you're man enough, you're a pro who's been boxing since you were a baby, you were boxing since you were a kid, they should know that size matters when they were boxing since amateurs. You see what I'm saying? You're in the pro division. I mean, you're in pros now. This is not child's play. If you feel you're man enough to move up to another division and fight the top champ, then there's no excuse. That's just my point. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is. That's all I'm saying here. That's why I say there's no excuses. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know why they don't have same day weigh-ins anymore.
I was about to say that, Bruce.
You know, dude, you know, there's no, you don't rehydrate 10 pounds in the same day weigh-in. I mean, do you remember like Matthew Saad Muhammad back in the days of the same day weigh-in? You know, with Marvin Johnson, they'd come in there and they look like super middleweights. And that's what they probably weighed. But that would take care of this problem of rehydration. The day you're supposed to step in the ring is the day you should be stepping on the scale officially.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah, you're right though, Candy Slim. You're right. Not taking anything away from. Yeah, of course, bro. That's facts, and that's just my point. That's just my point. If you're a pro, my mind cannot wrap around it. You've been fighting since you were a kid, man. Amateurs, there's divisions in amateurs. You're schooled. You're a professional, man. You're an expert in the sport of boxing. You move up to the pros. You're fighting for years and years and years in the pros, and you decide to move up to a certain division. You know what you're doing. You're not drunk. You're not out of your five senses. You know what you're doing as a pro. You move up to fight that dude, then there's no excuse. It is what it is. And on the contrary, like I said, you know, throughout history also, and recently speaking, you know, when it comes to boxers, there have been a lot of situations where smaller guys beat the bigger guys. Skills pay the bills. You know, I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's just my point on it. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Chain with Ice. James Toney was a super counter puncher. Worker. He didn't need much training to be good. Duran had the hands of stone. Right. Facts, bro. Facts. Sheena, give him that little smile. Yeah, I know I messed up on that. Sorry, Sheena. That's all good, Sheena. I thought you just jumped in when you said that, and you jumped in a long time ago. So sorry, man. So yeah, Chain with Ice says you can rehydrate it a lot under same day weigh-ins. Look at Henry Armstrong. Hey, good point, bro. That's good stuff right there, man. Hey, you're changing your name a lot, fam. I know it's you, Come Forward Boxing. I know it's you, unless it's a troll that's faking you like they did me out there recently. So yeah, I know it's you, fam. Thanks so much for jumping in, fam. Thanks so much for jumping in. Mr. Boxing today, so I definitely agree. How are you 160 pounds for the Friday weigh-in, but fight night Fight night, you're 179.
You know, we're talking about Manny too. Manny was a guy in his prime. He took on a lot of bigger fighters with great success. I mean, when he fought Marquez, what was Marquez, like 100?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
8 pounds, and
okay.
Manny was 145 pounds.
I mean,
you know, so it was a crazy discrepancy like that. And when he fought De La Hoya, same thing, man. Because it's speed and skills, dude. He, like De La Hoya said, it's like fighting two guys at the same time. Didn't matter how big he was.
I'm saying the size. I understand the size talk. It matters. That's why they're divisions, of course.
Yeah, and it's only the certain elite boxers that can do that. They can float between weights. For almost everybody else, man, you're right. Size matters. If you're a middleweight, look at Marvin Hagler. He never switched divisions. They came to him to fight him. He didn't have to go to anybody else to fight anybody else. You know. Your prime weight should be what it is, man. You shouldn't have to bow down to any. You know, make your division. If you're going to make middleweight, become a full-fledged middleweight. You know, grow into that division naturally, and stay there. That's a glamour division. You know, bouncing around in weight is ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're going to pay the consequences eventually in your body. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, LeVar. Hold on. Rigo needed a fight in payday. Well, that's his thing. You know, I mean. That's his thing. That's his problem, man. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You want to move up, and you want to move up to a bigger guy who's going to smash you. Get smashed then. No excuses.
Well, look at Roy Jones, man. He moved up when he fought John Ruiz, but he took the easiest way out, man. He could have fought I think Bo and Lennox Lewis might have been the title holders at the time, and Johnny Ruiz. Johnny Ruiz was the easiest way to go. So, yeah, Roy Jones was a heavyweight champ of the world, but he was not the man at heavyweight. And he only kept his title for won it and then gave it up. But he dropped back down to light heavyweight, and that's what really killed him, because he dropped down to 175 pounds, and he had to burn muscle to do that. And he's the first one to admit it. And I've dealt with people who had to burn muscle. They even put out a funky smell. It's like an ammonia smell when muscle's being burned.
My gosh.
They call it ketosis. Your body uses muscle as a fuel instead of the carbohydrates, the glycogen. So it's an unnatural thing, and that's what hurt Roy. So weight is key, and these guys who don't know what they're doing with it, that's where you see disasters, when they move up and down without the proper supervision, or if they don't know what they're doing. It can be a whole discussion on weight with fighters, but it is what it is. That's why we have divisions, and stick to them and be the best in your division. I don't get interested in these inter-divisional contests. I've seen plenty of them, and I like to see the best in their divisions just clean it right out and fight the best in the division.
Go ahead, LeVar. You're gonna say something?
Oh no, Big Ron. I was agreeing with Bruce, man. By Roy going to heavyweight and winning it, he did take the easy route to get to that championship, because Ruiz was slow, flat-footed, and then when he went back down to 175, that really crushed him. Granted, I truly believe after he beat Tarver the first time, he should have retired, because he would have retired on top, record intact and everything. But he wanted to go back in there against Tarver, and that's the night I saw Superman get hit with kryptonite, man. Because seeing Roy Jones get knocked out like that was I'll never forget that day, man. It was heartbreaking, man. But I agree 100% with Bruce, man. Definitely stay at the weight that you're meant to be, not unless your body cannot handle that division anymore, where your body is telling you that you might have to go up.
You grow naturally into that.
Naturally, exactly.
Which is kind of like Vinny Pazienza went from 135 to 154. It killed him, the 140 pound division, and even the 147 pound division killed him, because he was growing so fast, man. That's you get a squirt of growth hormone, of growth hormone. Your body's producing it like a faucet back then. You see these kids, like, you remember kids in high school, they'd come back the next year, they'd be 20 pounds heavier and 6 inches taller. And that's naturally growing up in weight. But force feeding yourself and trying to put it on, it's got to be done naturally. And the older you get, of course you're going to gain more weight. But and that's when it's hard. That's when you have to be in shape all the time. Like stay ready, dude. That's why Hagler, he didn't fluctuate in weight. When it was time to fight, he'd go to camp, and it wouldn't be a fat camp. He didn't have to trim down. It was a fight camp, and that's just the way it should be. These people who blew up in weight. Roberto Duran's a perfect example. He used to go up in weight. When Sugar Ray Leonard wanted that rematch, I think he was up in close to 200 pounds, and he had to get down to 147. Which they claim is why Sugar Ray Leonard was smart. He knew when to get that fight, and Duran had no choice but to take it, because he was taking $7 million. So weight's the craziest topic to talk about. We could go all over the place with it, but Renee, the bottom line is you know what your weight is. You make it, and you stay there.
Yep, and if you move up, hey, that's your problem. Get smashed then. But don't you have the skills, But I mean, I just don't see excuses, If they move up, man up and be irresponsible and face the consequences. It is what it is, man, But yeah, it is. It's a really complex topic. This sums it up here perfectly. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. There you go. Yes. Definitely, man. I love it. Oh, real quick, boxing today says here, I thought De La Hoya Cotto was going to stop Manny. I thought the Claudia fight was going to be dangerous as well. I knew Manny would box circles, squares, and triangles around Margarito. Yeah, man. Good stuff right there. Definitely, man. We got stay ready, take all the fights you can, take early in your young career? Yeah. Well, what do you guys got to say? I don't know, LeVar. What do you got to say on that one?
I think what you're saying is try to fight as much as possible
Right.
early in your career. I think what Floyd in his younger
Facts.
career, he used to fight like 3 or 4 times in a year, and then as he got older, he'll fight twice a year, and then once a year, and then retire, unretire, retire, unretire.
Man, we had a wonderful talk today, man. I got to get going, man. This is good stuff. 1 hour, 45 minutes up into it, man. Demetrius Price says here, Ricky Hatton was another one that blew. Yeah, in weight between fights. Yep. Man, you guys are awesome, man. I mean, the chat also giving wonderful, points. And, even though sometimes we disagree, we do it all in a mature fashion, and I love it. And that's what I love about this, man. Man, LeVar Cooper, any last words, man? I love it.
Hey, Renee, thanks for having me on, man. I really do appreciate it, man. And I do apologize. I don't try to overtalk you guys or anything like that.
That's all good.
It does sound like that, I do apologize. Don't mean it. But Renee, thank you, man. It's like I keep saying, it's an honor. It's a pleasure coming up here talking about the sport of boxing with you, man. Y'all are like family to me. This is my time to woosah, away from the kids and, do what I love to do. Is that's talking to you guys. Bruce, man, man, my brother from another mother, man. It's great hearing from you. It's great talking to you, man. I love listening to you talk on the other platforms too. You be dropping a lot of gems for us, man. We really need to be paying attention to what Renee and Bruce be saying and keep it in that memory bank. And to the chat, thank you for tuning in. If you're new, subscribe, hit that post notification bell, and smash that like button. I know this pandemic. Hey, if you haven't been vaccinated, make sure you wear your mask, wash your hands, stay safe out there, everybody.
Any last words, Bruce?
Renee, I appreciate you sending me a link for this show. It's always great to talk boxing. And you two guys are the guys who got me started here, LeVar and Renee, man. I wouldn't even be up here if it wasn't. Excuse me, if it wasn't for you two guys, that. And I appreciate it, man. You had an awfully active panel here, very knowledgeable. It's not like we were talking to ourselves. We had a great conversation, man. Anytime, Renee. I appreciate it, LeVar, my brother. Panel, peace, everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. Definitely, man, for taking time out. And everybody, man, everybody who jumps in here. This platform is great because of you all who tune in. Those who, put the comment, put the comments, the chats, because we ride off of what you guys say too. It's a big community. You know what I'm saying? You guys do it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys so much for jumping in. Likes up, go ahead and hit the notification bell like LeVar was saying. And I just thank you guys all, man. You guys are awesome. Each and every one of you, man. So yeah, until next time, man, Lord willing next week. Remember, Shakur Stevenson, let's support that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. Shakur Stevenson fighting tomorrow. He's going to do great. Nakatili, hey, he's a game opponent to a certain degree, at least, I guess, but it's gonna be a fight. So it's going to be good stuff, man. So debuting Shakur Stevenson, they're going to give him some limelight over in the UK through Sky Sports. Good stuff, man. So, hey, I love it. LeVar Cooper, Bruce Coach, thank you guys so much for your time, man. So, everybody stay. Yeah, man. Yeah. Like what LeVar was saying. And I say it, and I always say it, man. When we say this, it's from the bottom of our hearts. Y'all stay safe out there, okay? It's much more than subscribers. It's much more than hit the like. Of course not. We're a community. We're family. And we pray for you all. You know what I'm saying? My prayer is up for those who constantly tune in, those who support the channel, and stay safe, be healthy, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do for your overall well-being and health, okay? So thank you guys so much. Bruce goes, LeVar, you guys are awesome, man. So till next time, peace out, fam.
Peace.